okay, Joachim.
Some trouble clearing that right line side.
Yeah. We had a sort of an inlay, but I guess he wasn't going as well with that, so he doesn't really have any posting there. All right, come on back in.
Good job.
Good job.
Do you feel more stable in the bigger braces as opposed to your inserts?
The right foot.
The right foot feels better?
Yeah, right?
The
Never
right
had a
foot,
problem.
right knee's
Never
okay.
had- Yeah, right, we never had a problem, so.
But this one's having a problem.
Okay,
Yeah.
just pressure problem? Or actually, is it more difficult to walk in it?
I think difficult, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
With this, you know, he was okay. You
Yeah.
you want to see the difference?
He's got,
Oh yeah, on the base of it, yeah.
This is gonna control it.
So a chipmunk's really more designed for a pronated foot. There's actually some intrinsic posting preventing pronation, which would kind of feed his varus. So it probably gave into what his foot liked to do, and that's why you weren't seeing pressure. But
This one was giving in.
yeah, kind of. It's not as ideal to correct his foot alignment. It's actually more, it is stabilizing his heel, so he probably did see some benefit from it. But it's actually more made for a foot that likes to roll inward rather than rolling outward. So it probably let him do a little bit of what his foot likes to do. There wasn't
now
that
he's
same
controlling
resistance.
that.
Yeah, and that one's probably
It's
maybe
better.
controlling a little bit better, but probably, yeah, it's still, we still need to allot for bony prominences. There still doesn't need to be excess pressure over
And
them.
I think
You
that,
know what they do? Toe creating
yeah, I'm not
and a
sure.
turbo. I've never seen that in an SMO. Okay. Interesting. Well, I mean, we can, you know, we can add a little bit of lateral posting to the
And
outside.
they did try to blow this out some, but it,
This one, he
Yeah.
did a little bit.
yeah,
Like
there's
stretch a
still
little bit.
a lot of pressure there.
Yeah, we'd probably have to move that strap placement altogether.
Yeah. But unless they do this, it's not gonna.
Yeah,
be
you're
bad.
still gonna roll against it. How old are these?
They have new. We got
They're
it
new?
like in November.
At St. Joseph's with Barry.
Yeah.
But actually, I'd be curious how he would look, just run full length, give a little bit of feedback, you know, to the knee and do a good, you know, relief, whether they cut. If he does want to do the turbo, you could cut the outer shell so that there's a little bit of a window, or I don't know that this is all necessary. Like one piece well padded to me seems like it would probably do the job with a little less bulk. December, January, February.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the two piece
Yeah.
either, unless.
Yeah. And then
then
still not a toe extension, which, you know, would help with posting.
Yeah, I mean,
If
it's
we
not
do
like,
want to laterally post them.
it's not like this is helping with donning or anything like
No,
that.
yeah, exactly.
See,
If anything,
this
I would say a
one,
soft
we
inner
were
boot.
always leaving the toes separate
Yeah.
because when we went to Missouri, that's what they
They
told
liked
us
him
to
to have
do.
the toe freedom.
So we always did that.
Yeah.
I don't know whether Dr. Dabney, you remember that they want the toes to be separated so they can, like, you know, do this part.
Right. So the nice thing about this specific brace style, when it does come out to the toe, is it still has some flexibility to it. So it doesn't completely interrupt or make that rollover rigid. But it does give a little bit of feedback to kind of staying a little bit more upright at the knee, a little bit straighter at the knee. And then also, if we're talking about controlling him in a side-to-side fashion, the farthest we can kind of pitch the foot in the optimal alignment, the better control we'll get as he passes through. If it stops off, we're still going to probably see a little bit of that rolling out towards the end of his walking.
So we have to get another pair, right? Another set, right, for the leg?
Yeah, when was this done?
Last year.
Oh, so it's a year old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
November.
November, right?
November.
So that's what I'd be hopeful that they could just rerun it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we can heat and relieve the base of the fifth in the meantime, and if you want us to intrinsic or extrinsically evert the foot slightly just to give, some comfort in the meantime, but the company that makes this device offers usually a 90-day warranty, and usually if you're pretty close to that, they'll still extend it. And I think there could be a couple different design features that might be better built into the brace to make it more comfortable and a little bit more corrective for him.
Okay, well, we can write down for Bernie to just convert it to,
I would do a Doppler number 4.
yeah, which is just a one piece. With
1/8 inch lateral extrinsic posting. Base of fifth relief with additional padding. And then it'd be up to you. If we were gonna do 2 pieces at all on him, I would do a soft inner boot to kind of protect where he is a little bit more prominent, more so than this. I don't know that that's offering him much. And make sure foot plate to end of toe. Yeah.
So do you think that the extrinsic posting is going to be sufficient?
Are you thinking about going higher or no?
No, I'm just saying versus an intrinsic.
Oh, we can put some intrinsically if you want. I tend to think the extrinsic, especially if it's at the initial thought process in fabricating the brace, is more effective because the padding they end up wearing down, and it kind of so the crepe stays a little bit more, especially with a free ankle, because you're really going to see, with a solid ankle you usually see it more at the knee. So with him having an SMO,
so they would do the extrinsic posting from the heel down all the way.
Yeah, we usually just kind of roll it at the toe, but we usually leave it as far distal as we can for this type of foot. If we were doing like a functional foot orthosis, we would just do it to the sulcus or the core, and then. But for this, I would probably do that. I think you'd see, a smoother rollover.
Yeah. So with that padding or posting here when he stands, it would basically do this. And keep the pressure off of that. And then he could still blow it out a bit because it's pretty, but that's really the main issue.
Okay.
Yeah. No matter how much you account for it, if we're allowing him to roll into it, there's still going to be contact. So if we take his foot and we, in essence, kind of pitch him, because he has the flexibility to do that, then we can keep him away from that outside where he'll get more even weight bearing.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Now the right one's okay.
I think it's right.
Right is fine.
I'm just the left.
I would still make sure right is definitely to the end of toe, especially if you're seeing some gastric tightness on him. It's not going to do a whole lot, but it'll take a little bit more of a stretch.
Yeah.
I think he'd be more comfortable if the pair fits pretty similar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he does have some tightness in the gastric over there as well.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Especially if we're not going to AFO height, it's like we can get out to the end of those toes. It gives us a little bit of feedback.
Okay.
So.
Is there something that you can?
Yeah. If you want to pop over and we can at least open that area so it's not rubbing and digging quite as much. I mean, we can add a little bit of lateral posting to it. I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make. I think the new device you'll see a much more dramatic change to it.
He has to do another complete new set, right?
Okay. So you should be able to use the mold that's out there, and that should expedite everything. He should just be able to call in the changes to the company.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
Bernie
write that
can-
all up for you, okay?
can call if he has questions.
Okay.
Call.
All right.
But if you want to pop over to us when you're all set here, we can at least get him more comfortable in the
Sure.
training. Okay?
Sure.
All right. I'll see you over there.
His hip looks good. We can see that on the scanogram. The scanogram, he's a couple centimeters shorter. It hasn't really changed a whole lot.
So this lift is okay, or do we have to increase the lift on the right side? Yes. I have about like.
Yeah. I think we had a centimeter on here. I think that's,
That should be okay?
it should be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay.
So, I think you're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna make some changes to your brace and see how that works.
Yeah, am I
okay?
gonna get a new pair, Dr. Dabney?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
When?
Oh,
We'll call Bernie and then get it.
Get a new pair.
mhm. And I'm thinking maybe we could check and see how his brace is doing when I come up there. I mean,
Okay.
I come right to St. Joe's, so we were there
When I saw you for the
a
first
couple
time.
weeks ago.
Yeah, you were there for the first time.
January, you were
Was it
there?
January
Yeah, I
or
think-
was it January or was it July?
I think I was there in January.
Yeah, that was the one
So we'll
time.
be there in March.
Mhm.
March, April, May.
Yeah, so either, you know, it may not have everything in,
March.
yeah, so let's see how soon he can get it, and,
Okay.
you know, I can always check him either in March or in May.
Yep.
Okay?
Or we can always come here.
Okay, well, whatever works for you,
Yeah.
that'd be fine, and, just so they can at least temporarily do the fix, we
Something.
can go right over to the walls, and then Heather will
Okay.
fix that up for you.
Okay.
All right?
Yep. All right.
All right, well, you keep working in school.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought, at one point he was going to, you know, be like a movie producer or something like that and work with film and.
You know, that right now he is doing the blogging thing. He's
Yeah.
a photographer.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where things are going to go.
Yeah, we'll see what
We
he
are
likes,
open,
and some,
you know.
someone who can really work with them good. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get, now I have a tutor who is coming home,
Mhm.
but I'm trying to get a photographer. So, because he's good in taking videos and making
Right.
discs and all those things, and I want to get someone who can teach him to do editing, and so he can
Yeah.
go into that thing. But
Yeah.
school, of course, they don't work anything with their ability. They just do whatever, and then with everything going on, you know, I also didn't like pay attention to whatever he was given. I was okay, but no. So they are pretty much, you know, like okay, cleaning. What is it going to do?
Yeah.
It's
Well, yeah, if you can find somebody, I think that he would do
Yeah.
really well with that.
Yeah.
So.
Mm.
All right. Well, it's always good seeing you. All right. We'll be right back in with all your, scripts and check out
Okay.
paperwork and all that sort of
All
thing.
right.
Okay.